So today I'm going to maintain my bike, bike wash and full degrease and relube of the drivetrain. The first thing you're going to need is a dirty bike with dirty drivetrain. If you do this often enough, you won't have a dirty drivetrain. I ride a lot of gravel, a lot of mud, and end up with that a lot. Second thing you're going to need is a bucket full of your different cleaners. So I use Muc-Off brand degreaser, Muc-Off bike wash, and I use Muc-Off C3 lubricant, and then you're going to need brushes. So the first thing we're going to use is the drivetrain cleaner. It's a degreaser from Muc-Off. It's a really good product. I spray it on the cassette and the wheels of your derailleur. Typically switch off the clutch if you have one and get it on here. So get that good sprayed. Take a drivetrain brush. This one's from Muc-Off. It's pretty hard bristled. Another brush that works really well on dirty drivetrains. It's like a hook brush, I think is what it's called, from Muc-Off. It's got like a hook to get into things. It's got some sharper, shorter bristles, some longer bristles. I'll take it and I will scrub along the chain right where it meets the cassette, and just to get in between the wheels, so on the chain, like the length. And at this point, you can kind of flip your clutch back on if you have one. It will help you from forward slacken the chain. Just trying to get that grease and dirt all freed up on the training chain. This will allow your drive lines to run better and longer. That's good. Another brush that I use when doing my driveline is this brush. It's a driveline brush from Muc-Off. It has this like T-shaped brush setup that you can put on the drive chain and run your chain through it, and it's going to really help. I'll pre-spray some of the bristles before I can get, downing on the chain. Get that going. As you kind of turn it a little bit, you'll get different angles. I'm getting things cleaned up. So already this chain is looking a lot better. We're not even close to better. We're going to take these longer bristles and get them into the cassette down in. But the thing that's really gonna take this drive line and hit it into shape is when we start our bike wash. So what I'll initially do is leave that there, and when you start your bike wash, like I use the Muc-Off fast action bike cleaner. It's a real good bike wash. I'll spray down also the drive lines and the area around the drive lines. Wheels, everything. Just get it in there. And notice I have bags. They're all waterproof with waterproof zippers. Waterproof with the loose turns. But get in behind the wheel. The chain stays. There's a plane going overhead. Hopefully that doesn't ruin my audio. Just get that in there. You'll notice I have a seat cover on because I have a Brooks leather saddle. And it's not good to ride with a leather saddle when it's wet. So I put this cover to keep it dry. So I get the derailleur set, everything nice and soapy. because what we're gonna do, we're gonna take and spray down the driveline, and with that degreaser and soap mixing together like that, you're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of this clean. It's like brown water coming off the driveline right now. Just the amount of mud and grease and muck. You don't want to let this soap dry on here. So typically I'll try and spray it down because we're not ready yet. Already is significantly cleaner than it was. I mean, it is looking like factory. The chain's nice and shiny, and it's about 99% of the way done. We just got to dry it and get it lubricated, which we'll do in the next step. At this point, I'll grab my Muc-Off soft wash brush. This all comes in a kit. You can get all of this in a kit from Muc-Off. It's called the 3X Premium Brush Set. It comes with a soft wash brush, detail brush, and claw brush. At this point, I like to take a clean microfiber towel and clean off the bike, just dry off some of the areas that I don't want it to sit on. So we're in the sun, so this thing is going to dry pretty easily, pretty quickly. If you don't have time to let your drivetrain dry before lubricating it, you can use MO94. It's water displacement. It's kind of like a WD-40, but it's designed for bikes. And that will displace all of the water on the drivetrain, and then you can jump right into putting on a high quality lubricant. And I like to use the Muc-Off C3 ceramic lube. It's a dry lube, but it's in between damp and wet for its rating, which is pretty nice. It's not too bad on price. It is UV reactant, and it comes with a little keychain sized UV light, and you can point that at your drivetrain and it'll show you where you've missed. It's a really nice lubricant that I've done multiple centuries with, and didn't have a noisy drivetrain or anything. It's really cut down on my drivetrain wear, along with this whole routine and regimen for cleaning. When lubing up your driveline, it's important to only do when lubing up your driveline, it's important to only do like one link at a time, and you're not gonna like completely slather it in lube. I like to just individual drop on each roller as I go through, and then once that's done, I let it sit for about a minute, sometimes 2. Then I'll take a clean dry cloth and I'll run the driveline through it 2 or 3 times. This removes all the excess because all you're lubricating are those rollers. You want the lube to penetrate those rollers and be in there. When you hear a squeaky driveline, that's typically from the rollers being completely dry inside. So you'll hit each roller, just a tiny bit of lube. It's pretty warm from being out in the sun, so it's a little runny. So let's see some roll off, but you just want it to soak into each roller. You kind of get a rhythm going here. So make sure you don't hit this heavy. A trick that I've seen several people use is to find your master link and run the lube from your master link or your quick connect or quick link, and lube all the way until you get back to your quick link, so you know you've done the whole chain. It's a really good trick. Midway through the 30 or the minute mark, I'll roll the chain over just so you know the top of the chain still has the chance for it to soak downward. I'll let that sit, and then I will take a rag and just pinch around the drivetrain. And right through like that. So perfectly cleaned and cleaned and lubricated drive line, and it is all set and ready to go.